Morning, everybody. The end of October and stuff's only getting better by the day. Jeez, I gotta turn this heat off. Oh, it is on. As you can see, I'm working on doing something, and that is putting on gaiters because I got a feeling this grass is gonna be super wet, and I don't want to soak my pant legs. I might even throw on my rain pants and stuff them in my backpack after I get into the woods. I was gonna go a different direction and cross some water, but I think the water will have came up to a point where I still won't be able to cross it, even with these new hip waders that I bought. So I'm gonna get everything packed up and situated and start walking. The walk is about the same. One's got a lot more terrain and the other one's got water. So knowing that I might not be able to cross the water, I'm taking the terrain route, and it's gonna be a long walk in. So here we go. You can see why I wore my rain pants. I'm already soaked through my boots. But luckily it's not horribly cold today. Gaiters are pretty wet. Rain pants covered in dew and water. Rained the last couple days, so I knew it was going to be like that, but I'm going to pop these off now, throw them in my backpack. Alright, good morning, you guys. Like I told you originally, I had a long walk back here. I was set up an hour and 15 minutes before shooting light, and then I had two people walk past me, literally 2 minutes after shooting light. So that's public land for you, but I feel pretty good about this spot. I feel good that I could definitely kill something here, but it's also partially an observation spot. I want to be able to see a lot. I'm looking over this opening where I can see much farther than I could even shoot to my west here, and I can see a pretty decent way to my east. I can also see pretty far north through the timber, so hoping just to catch some bucks on their feet, kind of cruising around. I found some sign here last week. It's not my typical kind of spot, but there was a lot of deer up here, so just gonna stay ready and hopefully run into something good. You guys, he did exactly what I wanted him to. There's some thick cover right here to my west that I really thought bucks would be cruising right down the edge of with this north wind. I'm set up in such a place that he basically is going to be coming right at me, and that's exactly what he did. Really nice 8-pointer, maybe a 9. Freaking was walking. All of a sudden he was just trotting. He was coming right at me. I don't know if the thermal's pulling up blew some of my ground scent or those other guys' ground scent that walked in this morning, but he got the 35 yards right on the other side of the woods, and just didn't like something. I don't think I'd even had a shot. I mean, it would have been frontal at that distance, but there's some branches in the way anyway. 20 and in, I might have shot him frontal like that, but I mean, if he would have just came 10 more yards and got to the edge of this clearing, I'd have had a shot for sure. Oh, that was a nice buck. Finally getting in some action. Did exactly what I wanted him to. Alright, so about 3/4 of a mile in.
How's it going, everybody? We just showed up here to deer camp. It's the end of October, Halloween weekend, and we gotta set the trap line. We walked in and there was a mouse in here, so we got a handful of traps we're gonna set. So maybe we'll actually kill something this weekend. He's trying to do this without snapping his finger, but they work. We'll set the trap line and see you from the tree stand tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Three scrapes right here underneath me that I assume that the one was there because it's there every year, and the other two are just like satelliting scrapes that, as you can see, one was pretty covered up, the other one's about as fresh as the main scrape is. This is about as early as this spot is ever good, which is Halloween weekend. It's normally that first weekend in November. It's even better. I've never killed a buck even coming to these scrapes, but I just think it's a hub for deer activity, so it becomes a great cruising location. There's a trail out in front of me, which is what these scrapes are on. There's a trail that comes from behind me, and deer will come up out of this ravine here as well, so most of the buck activity comes back from relative direction as which I dropped in. So when I came in, I dropped down about 50 to 100 yards off this bench onto a lower bench. Most of the buck cruising that I've ever seen is here. I have had one buck cruise that lower one, but he ended up coming up on top of this and I missed him. So I dropped down there, keep as much scent off the ground right in this relative area, and just keep hunting and hoping. I haven't seen a deer yet, but my dad did sit here just to observe last weekend, and he saw some does, so I'm hoping as the morning goes on a little bit, the bucks will get up on their feet and cruise around a little bit. I had that encounter the other day. That's what it was. It wasn't until 9:30, 9:45 that I saw that nice shooter buck, so it's not uncommon for me to see a a doe or two right away in the morning, but I'm not discouraged by the fact that I haven't seen a deer yet, so I'm just gonna stay ready. It's 10:03. Haven't seen a deer yet other than the one that hit gray light when I was getting in. Not even sure what that was, but it was just a long deer. I think I'm gonna get down right now. I gotta move my stand about 20 yards towards the downhill because I think I'm gonna try to sit here again tonight. I know this spot is good, so I just want to give it some time. Sit morning and afternoon. I've actually had earlier in the rutting process better hunts in the afternoon here, so I actually missed a buck here, like I said earlier, this same weekend, but in the afternoon. So I'm going to move across there. The wind's supposed to basically do a full 360 today, so I'm going to get out while it's kind of being super variable, I think, in the middle of the day here. And then be on that side when the wind's supposed to be 0 to 1 miles an hour. And hope that my thermals draw everything straight behind me more than blowing around this flat. So there's enough buck sign here that I know that the bucks are in the area. It's not like they're non-existent, so it's getting to be that time of year you just gotta put the hours on stand and make stuff happen here in the big woods. Alright guys, here we are. 2:37, set up for the afternoon hunt. Back in the same bench right here as I was this morning. I just moved to this side of the trail because right now the wind is supposed to be switching from behind the camera to my face and from behind me to the camera, back and forth. So being on this side, I'm just barely cutting the edge of the wind. As you can tell, it's really loud. The ravine definitely picked up some water from all this rain we've had, so I'm just kind of trying to hang out right here and see a deer. Excited just to see a deer. I didn't see a deer this morning. That's all I got. Excited to see a deer. It's really loud behind me, so I don't gotta worry about being too quiet. But definitely gotta keep the eyes peeled because I'm not gonna hear any deer. So they might come from there, they might come from there, or they might come from there. And I walked up the hill behind me to sneak into here. So fingers crossed. Well, you guys, you only saw a short video of that because I was facing this way and I thought I heard something, so I turned really slow and quiet. And that buck was standing here at 6 yards. He saw me move, so he bounded out there. I could have easily grabbed my bow, got to this grave. Sniffed the scrape and then started trotting. Maybe so it could have stopped him, I think. Pretty decent buck. Right out to his ears probably. I'll see how much I can zoom in on that video for you guys when I show you, but on top of it all, my damn camera screen wasn't showing up. So I couldn't see if it was on or not. I think it was something to do with some moisture on the retina display thing, so you can look through the eyepiece. But at least I saw something. Be a good hunt next year. Nice little 2-year-old. Honestly, that could have been his first rack. It could have been a 1.5-year-old, which means give him another year or two, he'll be real nice. So, that might be the end of today. It's almost legal already. It's 2 minutes past sunset, and we get a half hour after sunset now in New York, so I'm gonna stay ready, but this might be me signing off until I either get back to camp and talk to you guys, or talk to you in the morning.